There you go. I'll play that music. All right, guys. We appreciate y'all being out there. And this is like I said last week, a preemptive welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ. We're trying to get confirmation that we have it over there that it's actually on YouTube and everywhere.
We are on Twitch. Confirmed.
We are on YouTube.
Oh, we're on YouTube.
YouTube is up and running.
We are on Twitch.
I don't see it yet, but that doesn't mean anything. Oh, there it is. Popped up now.
Moon Pie on YouTube.
So yes. Okay, so good evening and welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ. So yeah, we always had that little lag since I'm using the new software since I'm using Zoom. And all right, somebody needs to mute themselves because they're making a heck of a noise. Matter of fact, everybody mute themselves except me because I mean it was like disastrous. But yeah, since I use the new Zoom software and I'm using Restream, and I really like it. The flaw is that it's not like an instantaneous thing, which y'all know this by now, like it was before on Hangouts. You hit Hangouts and within 3 seconds it went live, and it was live on YouTube. So you have to have one trade in for the other. And I do like the fact that it's broadcasting simultaneously over onto the different platforms. And I'm looking now to see if it is, if it's showing up live over on Simply Wooden Creations yet, over on Facebook. Yep. It's actually showing up live over there. So let me get that set up real quick. And lo and behold, wouldn't you have it? I come in tonight and I turn on, and as a matter of fact, I'm looking over there to see it's still booting. I turn on this one computer that's normally over here on my right, and that's the computer that I watch the right. That's the computer that I watch YouTube and watch the chat, so I can see y'all in the chat over there on YouTube. And now I watch Facebook and Twitch also. But my point is the computer locked up, and so it came up with the blue screen of death saying there was an issue. Windows was collecting data, and they'll get back with me. Yeah, right. Like I really expect anybody from Windows to call me back. Yes. And so now it's went into the mode where the HP is showing up like it's booting, and you get those little dots that go around in a little circle down underneath. Well, the little dots were going around and around. And I'm like, wow, it might actually boot. Guess what? The little dots ain't moving anymore. That's not a good sign, trust me. So that is not a good sign at all. So let me go over here. Give me 1 second.
While we wait, we'll let Paul Corliss sing.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you
Sing,
don't want
Paul.
that. You don't want that to happen.
Hey, go ahead and
the
sing.
comedy stylings of Al Forte.
Go ahead and sing for us, Paul.
No.
Not unusual to be loved by
Anyone. Not unusual to be carried off and thrown away. I don't even know the words of that thing.
I don't either, Russ. I be honest.
I know the Say you'll stay until tomorrow. I can't spend the night alone.
Is he still around?
Know
Tom
that
Jones?
it's over and it is
You can tell we're getting our
through.
time.
So say you'll stay until tomorrow. I
Now lumberjack, he's
need
okay.
you.
Lumberjack.
The lumberjack shirt.
Before the singing gets too involved, can you all hit the like up or hit the thumbs up for the like?
Not if Russ wants me to sing.
That's what I
Hit
mean. Do
that
it before the
thumbs up.
singing starts.
Yeah, we got a thumbs up before everybody leaves.
Aussie man
Lumberjack
says,
is okay.
Aussie man says
Yeah,
it's gonna be a long
give me
show.
a thumbs up if you don't mind. I appreciate that. So we have let's go back from the beginning, and now I'm sorry. I borrowed bought my wife a new laptop for Christmas, and I borrowed her older laptop, and it's really a really slow laptop. But at least it's where I can sit up so I can see you guys over there in the chat like I normally do. So I really like that. And so I was trying to get YouTube on here and get logged into YouTube so I can see the chat and participate in the chat, because if you just go to YouTube without logging in, you can't type in the chat. So I was trying to get that set up, plus Facebook and everything over here. So I'm sorry, everything's a little bit hectic tonight. But anyway, let's go back. Ken Moon's out there, Moon Pie Creations, him and I woodworking. Brenda G, she's not on the panel tonight. She's having computer issues. Her tower is not working. Something happened to it. So Brenda, did Windows do an update and take your tower out? I was just wondering about that. So Leonard Davis is out there. Dixon Hoffman, he's in here.
Hello, Dixon.
Yeah. Michelle Marcoux, Jimbo, which is James Parker, Dan Ingy from Dan Ingy Woodworking, Aussie Man's out there, T-Mac, Mr. Doughboy, 356 out there in the chat. So those are all out there. T-Mac, I said him and I were working. All those are out there in the chat. Yes, update is a tower killer. Yes. Yeah, we were talking about that. That's what happened, Dixon.
I just put my name in there to mess you up, and it worked.
Yeah. KMA. So anyway, and that might be what happened to this laptop over here, is the fact that it did an update, so I might have to reload Windows on it. So we'll see, but at least I can see the chat, and that was the most important thing that I wanted to do. So we have out there over on Facebook, we have Chris Costine, Chris Riley, Sterling Davis, Ken Willis, David Keffey, Gerald Vance, Dale Thorpe, Alex Snodgrass is over there watching us on Facebook, Gina Tincher, Roger Smith, and Chris Cherry. Hi, guys. Howdy, y'all. Alex, how y'all doing over there on Facebook? So, so got that all taken care of. Let me first introduce my sponsors for Simply Wooden Creations and the show, and they are DeVogel Technologies. For web design, development, and hosting, visit devogel.com. FastCap, innovative products for the professional woodworker, go to fastcap.com. Rockler, 60 years in woodworking, create with confidence, visit rockler.com. Bearwood Supply Company, your best choice for hard-to-find woodworking supplies, go to bearwood.com. Klingspor, the sanding specialist, woodworkingshop.com. Seiko, the scroll saw specialist, seiko.com. And Scrollnado, desk collection for your scroll saw, and you can find them on Amazon. And let's go down the list and let everybody introduce themselves. Jim. Don't say you're not ready.
Muted, Jim.
Every time I'm looking at something else, I get called on. Hey, Jim Bashir's Driveway Workshop. Alex, it was great to meet you finally at the woodworking show in Indianapolis. So it was a lot of fun. Looking forward to the show tonight. I got some, everybody's got stuff to show off. Aussie said he had sent you some pictures.
Aussie sent you some pictures? Okay. I may or may not be able to show them. We'll just with all the problems, but I'll try to get over there. Aussie, where'd you send them to? Contest at Simply Wooden Creations or Russ at Simply Wooden Creations? type out there in the chat and all. Everybody sees that. Let me know. Al. Forte. Forta. Fortato. Tomato.
As Shelley Cole says, for tea.
Forte.
Anyway, hello, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are around the world. Welcome to Kilroy's World. Today, I'm here at the Simply Wood Creations show with Russ and the gang, and great to be here. I can be found, I guess, YouTube, Kilroy's Odessa Woodworking Maker Shop /Al, and Twitch, Kilroy79763, Kilroy79763, all over the place. Just type it in and everything will pop up. Instagram, all those great places. But anyway, great to be here. Great to see you guys here. Anyway, next.
Dixon.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dixon Hoffman, and you can find me at hoffmansignsandDecals.com and once in a while on Facebook.
Paul.
Got to make sure I'm not muted here. Okay. Paul Corliss, Paul's Messy Workshop, Paul's Messy Workshop on YouTube, on Instagram, and hopefully again on .com if I ever get things fixed. So thanks for having me on, Russ.
Y'all can unmute yourselves. Everybody can. It's just that there, for some reason, when we first started, there was a bunch of noise, and I can hear myself think. So, but just as long as we don't have that noise.
I think that might have been me because my wife was in the next room remodeling her sewing area. And then her sister came in. It's like, hello, is anybody here? You know, came downstairs, and I'm like, oh, where's the mute button?
I'm sorry, Paul. I
Sorry
thought you were
about that.
through. What did you have?
I'm done.
Okay, you're done. That's probably what I cut off as I'm done. And I just talked about us walking all over each other, and I do it tonight. So, Chris.
Hey, gang, Chris here from the Old Cranky Workshop. Like I said before, the shop is closed to the winter, but spring is on the way because the pictures and catches have reported. So we know spring is right around the corner.
Yes.
You'll find me on YouTube and Facebook. And for those that are keeping count, it's only 31 days till St. Patrick's Day. And I do take a size 12 pack. So move along. That's all.
Brenda says you can find me at the computer repair shop. Aussie Man says, hi, Brenda. Why are you not on the show? I just said, Aussie Man, she had a Windows update on her tower computer, which is the one that she uses to do her shows and get on this show with. And the update wiped out her computer or messed it up to the point she can't use it to get on the show. So that's what's wrong.
He's got some delay, Russ, going to Australia.
Yeah,
maybe it's slowed. He didn't see that yet. You know.
I think would smoke signals be quicker? I mean,
Yeah.
But that's why she is not on the show. She's usually here. Trust me, and I guarantee she's chomping at the bits wanting to be here tonight. Tim McCrory's out there in the chat. What we're going to talk about tonight is what's going on in your shop as far as the people here tonight on the panel. We have some like Brenda can't be here tonight and several others that can't be here tonight. So I understand that totally. Sometimes you have things to do and sometimes I have things to do and can't do the show. So I totally understand that. And also, when we get down to the point, I'll announce it. And those of you who are out there in the shop or in the chat can post what's going on in your shop. And with the help of the panel, we'll see if we can't read some of the comments that y'all are making about what y'all are doing out there in your shop. So, she says, I'm just hoping I can get it fixed in time for my show Thursday so I don't have to try to do it on the laptop. Yeah, I hope you can get it fixed too. I'm hoping it's something easy that won't cost you an arm and a leg. I keep looking over there at the computer and that computer bellied up again and shut down. So I'm probably going to have to see if I can't get the, I've got a USB and have it boot to the USB and just reinstall one to see if that'll take care of the problem on that laptop. But I got this laptop here and it's working out pretty good. So we got a bunch of people out there and we've got a bunch of people watching. Love that. Brandy says, love that glass etched picture. My Brandy is over there in Facebook in watching us and she made that for me for Christmas. It had a Brandy, I don't know if you noticed it or not, sweetheart, but it had kind of a brown background that was really light. And she even said that she didn't know if that was going to work because it was looked too light. You couldn't really see the etched part of the glass. So, Brandy, what I did was just took off the back and took that same piece that you had and just spray paint. I started to spray paint it black, but I don't have one favorite color. I have two. My two favorite colors are red and blue. No, I like blue. I really like blue too. They're hard for me. Now, my wife loves red. That's her favorite color. But I have two favorite colors. I love blue too, like the sky of blue. Oh, that's just beautiful to me. And then red. Yeah, so I spray painted this red, and it does show up a lot better. So I hope you like it.
I think the contrast is great, Russ. The black, and I'm assuming that's a black frame around it.
Yes, yeah, it's a black frame. She said yes, and it looks better. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yes, it's a black frame.
I love it. I love it.
It's showing, because of the glass, it's showing a lot of glare.
Yeah, but you can still see it really well.
Yeah. It's a kind of a wood looking. See how it's kind of wood looking? Those stripes in the red background, that's actually the grain. And so when I sprayed it with the red, I didn't want to go too dark, because if you see this in real life, it actually looks sharp because you can see those lines going down through it. So looks
is
really
it oak background by chance?
Is it what?
Is it oak?
What? Oh, no, it's just some kind of backer.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even think it's real woods. Brandy, what kind of backer is that on that? I know it's not real wood. It's just some kind of backer that she got.
Brenda says Lowe's blue would look very nice on it.
Yeah. And you can take a long walk off a short pier, Brenda.
I wonder what Pantone number that is. We want to get it exact.
Hey, Russ, notice it's not me.
Yeah. Buster and Noreen Stott is out there. Stott Scroll Salon. They're out there. LNS Outdoors are out there. Are you doing LNS Outdoors? Russ Meadows. He's out there in the chat. He's not feeling good tonight. Otherwise, he would be on the panel. He told me earlier today that he wasn't feeling good and wasn't going to be here. So Leonard Davis says Lowe is now sponsoring Brenda. Lowe's can sponsor Brenda G's designs all they want. I wouldn't take them as a sponsor if they were give it to me. How about some orange and blue? Yes, Jamie Parker. All right, so since Jim, you're first, and I think you said you had some stuff. What's going on in your shop?
Mostly stuff. I've got a class that I'm teaching in a couple of weeks for all the outside sales guys in our company, and I'm doing it with one of the other applications engineers like I am that's been actually doing the stuff for more than I am. So he's a lot better at it. But so we're making up all these PowerPoints and stuff. So I've been 3D printing little base. Oh, darn it, it's green. Sorry about that. But yeah, so anyway, if you really see it, there's like a base that I can kind of see that. Hang on, put it in front of me. Yeah. So this is a proximity sensor that we're going to do a class on. You can talk to it with a computer. It slides in this little base that I made that's green. And this one you should be able to see. We've got to have 14 workstations, so that's what the thing actually looks like. So the sensor sits in that. And then before the end of next week, I've got to print 14 each of things to hold this photoelectric sensor and this little ultrasonic sensor on, so that people can put targets in front of it, move them back and forth, so they know, so they can work with them and learn how to use them. Because all these sensors talk to a computer now. Everything's kind of computerized. It's that industrial Internet of Things. So exactly. IO Link is a big thing now. So that's mostly what's been going on. That and doing PowerPoints like crazy, and I hate to use PowerPoint. That's my shop.
Cool. I got a little something, not what's going on totally in my shop, but y'all all remember I discovered Fred over here in some wood. It's actually some pine lumber 12 I was cutting a while back. So I've had him for quite some time now, and I've always enjoyed him hanging around when I'm on my show. Well, lo and behold, I stumbled across. Oops, I think I got upside down. I do. I stumbled across his brother. So now
He kind of looks like the guy in Scream, doesn't he? See, like the mouth is down on the bottom, and
yeah, no, his mouth is not down on the bottom. Here, let me
well, no, if you think like the open mouth on the bottom of the guy with the Scream mask on,
yeah,
kind of what he looks like.
And Fred looks a little bit like Groot.
his mouth is right here. See this line right there? That's his mouth. That's his eyes. You can see his eyebrows. That's the top of his head. His head's a little pointy. This is his chin right here. So you can see him better when I.
There you go. Yeah, you'll have to stain them there and really show up.
Yeah, I'm going to stain it. I'm going to give it a light sanding because it was kind of a piece of 1x12 that I was cutting to do something, and I stumbled across it, and I'm like, So that looks pretty cool. So, but yeah, I'll stain him, make him show up better. So that's what I stumbled across the other day. I just thought it was cool. Somebody said, him and I woodworking says gunmetal blue, best color in the world. I won't say that isn't a good color, but that is a good color. And then Ken McCrory says my favorite color is camo. Okay, would if I could. John C said, "Hey Russ, hi John, glad to have you out there in the chat." So
I've got a question from Russ Meadows.
okay.
He wants to know if that was a tree from Lowe's parking lot that you cut down and got that thing from.
No.
Okay.
No, it was a
Russ,
piece.
there's your answer, buddy.
A piece of 2x12 from Home Depot.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather shoot myself in the head than been caught in Lowe's. So, Al.
Can you give me a second?
Yeah.
Put me last.
But you all right then? Dixon. I forgot your name there for a second.
This week I was working on some, like Jim, I was working on some 3D printing, and I had a 3D print my mug for my can of Coke. It slides right inside there, nice.
That's cool.
It's like an old antique.
Oh yeah.
mug.
Is it all one piece, or did you?
Yeah, that's one piece.
Wow.
And it's a perfect fit. You can put any can of soda, it'll fit right, slide right in perfect. It's pretty airtight. And then the other thing I was working on, I just finished a while back, was my observatory building with the telescope. Yeah. I think
Okay.
Very nice.
gold
Yeah,
on
that is
top with the
nice.
staircase and brick. The telescope, and it actually works. You turn it here and rotate the telescope. That took quite a while. About a 2-day print. But I made it modular. I made it modular so you could use it on a game board. It all comes apart.
You see, that's why I can't get into 3D printing. I'm too impatient. I couldn't wait 2 days.
You just
Well, you
let
just
it
turn
go.
on
and,
you
yeah.
turn it on, you walk away. That's all you do. You just
Once you get the first few layers get
gratification.
going, walk away from it.
you buy more printers and then you get it done 4 times faster. And I got a 16-hour print on a giant Oreo cookie that I'm doing right now.
You probably make one out of wood in half the time.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's running right now, and it runs when I'm sleeping. You wake up in the morning. And
I can't let my printer go when I'm sleeping. I don't trust it.
Yeah, I got
I don't
safety.
either.
I got safety functions. I got 7 of them down there. So what I have is I have an Arduino board with a smoke detector on it and a thermal detector on it, and so if any smoke would come out of something, it would shut them all down.
Cool.
Okay, so him and I woodworking wants to know why they hate for Lowe's. Russ Meadows says, Russ is Ken Moon says Russ is a Lowe's hater from way back. And then Brenda put, Russ's mom was scared by a Lowe's employee when she was pregnant. There wasn't even a Lowe's around when my mother had me. They weren't even invented yet. If you want to know the reason, because number one, their customer service absolutely sucks. I've been in there numerous times. I did a few jobs, and Lowe's was the closest, so I used to go there to get things or get stuff. And their customer service just absolutely sucks. Their employees, I've asked employees, "What about this?" I have no idea. They'll just fly out where I tell you. I went in there to buy a hot water heater, and I had to make sure that the hot water heater I bought was piped to the side, not on top. That's just the way the plumbing was. And then the cabinet that had to go in had to be on the side. And some of the boxes on the one the size that would fit in that cabinet it didn't say. And so I asked somebody to, is there anybody working in this department? No, I'll call somebody. I stood there for like 15, 20 minutes. Nobody come. Finally, a guy showed up and he goes, "I don't work in this department. Can I help you?" And I said, "Well, I want to know if this goes from the side or the top." I have no clue. So I just pulled out my knife and started cutting the box open. He says, hey, what are you doing? I said, "I'm going to find out if it opens from the side or the top." So, I mean, that's just one of it. You go in line. When I go into Home Depot and the contractors, if there's a line there they'll open it up, and the people over there, the contractors agents will open up another register and start getting people out of there. You think that's going to happen at Lowe's? I've stood in line for 4 or 5 or 6 people, and a guy being up there, and they had to take something back, or it didn't have a price, or they have to do pricers. You think they'd open up a line, and there's 6 people, contractors, standing there waiting to get the stuff to get to their jobs? They could have people out there waiting, and you think they care? No, they ain't going to open up another register.
Well, let me tell you, the Home Depot near me, the contractors area is always packed with people.
Yeah.
Never have a register open, and they have 4 self-serve cash registers. Only 2 of them take cash.
Well,
the other 2 only take cards.
Yeah.
So if you want to pay cash, you got to stand in line to use the cash ones where people are really using their cards.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Since they have changed the and Home Depot, I don't know why they did this. I guess they're following after Walmart, but they have went to a lot of self-service now in Home Depot, and all the Home Depot. And do I really like it? No. But I will tell you this much: in my Home Depot, where I go most of the time, even though there's self-serve checkout registers, the ladies that take orders from the contractors and go and pick, you can call, as a contractor, I could call in and place an order, and they would tell me approximately when it would be ready, like 2 hours from now. And they would actually go pull everything on my order and have it sitting there. All I had to do was walk in and sign for it, and because I had an account with them, and walk out. So those ladies, if they see a contractor's area in my store backing up, they will open up. They'll go to one of those self checkouts and start checking people out just to get them through. So I don't know about your Lowe's. Your Home Depot. Your Home Depot sounds like it sucks.
Well, at least the checkout part of it sucks.
Yeah. But at least in Home Depot, you can ask like if I'm going electrical and I have an electrical question, those guys in electrical know their stuff. Let me tell you, everyone. Some of them are ex-electricians that retired and just went to work there for the insurance. They've told me that. So, but that's why I don't like Lowe's. It's just their customer service sucks, and then a lot of other stuff. Their products are fine, because most of the products they carry is the same products that Home Depot carries, is the same thing that Menards carries. A GE stove is a GE stove. They might have the different model, but it's a GE. Refrigerator is a refrigerator, refrigerator. The products are not the problem. It's the people that are working there. And I've got a friend of mine, Donald Matthews, and he'll tell you they don't pay him enough. So he said that on the show a few times. Chris, I don't think you have anything going on in your shop. You have plans to have something going on in your shop?
I got nothing right now. It's
Yeah.
just settling on the tools.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying because, yeah, it's still cold there. What's the temperature right now at your house?
The day started off at like 3. What was it today?
Oh my God.
6. It's 6 right now, I'm being told.
I can't even imagine that. I went to my second wife when I went to Michigan. Her grandparents lived up in the UP, and we stepped out on the porch, and that's the first time I'd ever seen a outside thermometer go below 0. It went to like -8 or 9 degrees that night in the UP, and I was like, "Holy crap!"
Factor of life up here.
Yeah, the first thing he said when I got there, he says, "How much antifreeze you got in that thing?" I said, "I told him I was coming up here, so they're supposed to have put enough." He had a little tester that he could test the antifreeze to make sure that it wouldn't freeze, and he tested it and said, "Yep, you're good, no problem." On the way up there,
in the shop though. I'll be back out shortly after St. Patrick's Day.
After St. Patrick's Day.
Yep.
Cool.
Then at least the propane heater can keep up with it then. Right now, it's not even worth the effort.
Him and I Woodworking says military discount is why I go there 10%. Yes, but Home Depot does it too. So
Yeah, both of them. I just show them my ID card and I get them. Yeah.
My son goes to the one I go to and he just shows his military ID and he gets
either one of them.
Yep. Good old low life Lowe's. That's what
Lowe's life.
Who did we leave out? Al, are you ready?
Yeah, well, yeah, I was stalling because and I'll stall a little bit more, but I've got 2 things that I'm working on. So you guys know that I built that fort bed, and I'm not going to show it unless you guys want me to. But anyway, I built a Minecraft fort bed where the bed is up on top, and there's a fort area down there. But I decided to, and I might have already talked a little bit about this. I decided to make the Minecraft sword to go on the side, and I've had a heck of a time painting this thing, but I learned a lot from Buddy, from a friend of mine, in painting it. He told me because I was trying to paint it. I made this little paintbrush out of a trim painter, I guess, a trim brush.
Yeah.
I cut them. I went ahead and put them on 1 inch, and I thought, man, this would be the way to do it. And then I could just go ahead and do this.
Right, like a stamp.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, it was horrible. And I've got video to prove it. But when Buddy came on, it was funny because I hadn't talked to Buddy in months, years maybe. Anyway, I called him up. He used to be one of my colleagues at work. He told me to use some type of gate. He said, "Al, use a razor blade." So basically, I ended up using a razor blade like this. I don't know how well you can see that, and then painting down and over. Because Paul, and I think I might have talked a little bit about. I was using this blue tape, which is good stuff, okay, but it was bleeding through.
Yes.
Green tape doesn't bleed through.
You have to go to frog tape. There you go.
Yeah, frog tape.
All turned me on to frog tape.
Yes.
But here's what ended up happening, guys. Here's the pickaxe, okay? And I haven't done this yet. This is still with the blue. But what ended up happening is I would have to paint little spots, and then I'd have little pieces, and you can see how it's bled through and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was going to be a nightmare to put even the frog tape. But with this, I'll be able to come back through and do like that, or actually do like that there,
yes,
and paint that one spot. And I guess I'm blocking it. So
I call that a shield.
A shield, yeah, okay. He called it a fence, but yes, definitely, it stops. It worked fantastic, as you can see on this here. I mean, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I still have a little touch up to do, like right here and stuff. But anyway, that's hopefully I'll stream that tomorrow. Now, the next thing, if you're out there, Claus, this is some 3D printed stuff.
Claus is there.
Huh?
Claus is here. He just said hi.
Good Claus. And you might want to add a little more to this. But Claus designed this gearbox, and I'm going to call it a gearbox for lack of a better word. I went ahead and printed it this last week. And what he did is he designed these gears. I mean, look at the design on those things. I don't know what to call them. He probably could tell you and stuff. But man, these are awesome. And he was having some problems with it binding. I still haven't been able to sit down with them and work out what they're supposed to do. but I printed them, and some of them I'm sure didn't print perfect. Might have to reprint it, or might have to look at the support a little bit better. For some reason, it looks like I don't have any support on these. So I printed these up at work, but that's what I'm working on right now. And Claus, if you want to add anything else, man, it's extruder. No, it's an extruder that he's working on, basically a cold end feeder. So he designed it, and by golly, I can't wait to make it happen or make it work. See if we can figure out between the both of us why it's binding for him. But anyway, that's what I got in my shop.
Cool.
Thank you, Claus, for stopping in. Really appreciate that.
Yes, thank you for joining us, Claus. He's working on an extruder. I am working on several things. First off, I spent all day Friday. Yeah, I'm just saying, I spent all day Friday cleaning that outside shop out there. I have two shops. One's out there, which is non-air conditioned, or heated. So in the real cold days, I don't work. On the real hot day, actually, what I do is I get out there first thing in the morning during the summertime and have everything done, like the table saw or band saw or joiner or stuff like that. All that stuff done out there early in the morning, so I can bring it in here, because this part of the shop is air conditioned, and so I can do the assembly or whatever in here. So, but I spent all day Friday cleaning that part out there. It's just from doing the remodeling in my kitchen to some other projects that I did. It's just, that was just like a total mess. I had to put everything back in its place, and then sweep and dust and you name it. I had to do it all day Friday. Was spent out there. So I haven't forgot about you, Paul. I was just making a comment that I spent all day Friday cleaning, and you could spend like 2 weeks and your shop would still be messy, Paul.
2 weeks. Takes me that long to clean out by the door.
What a segue. What a segue.
Yeah, what have you got going on in your shop, Paul?
Well, I got a couple things. A few weeks ago, Steve Good had some patterns of the alphabet on his daily thing, and my granddaughter's name is Rose, and he had these letters.
Oh, cool!
With a rose on it.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Yeah.
what I did is I made one for each of the letters in a name.
Oh, that is awesome!
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give her these, and then I'm going to give her some these Velcro things.
Yes.
And she can put them on the back, and she can arrange them any way she wants, anywhere in her room, on her door, or whatever.
That's awesome.
That's
For
some neat
paint,
work.
what I did is
Now the camera is showing that as kind of a pink. Is that a pink or red?
it's kind of a rose color.
Okay, that's okay.
And what I did is I went to Home Depot and I went through their color chips and I found a color I wanted. And then, you know, those little samples that you get,
Yes.
I had them mix that, and that's what I painted them with.
Yeah.
Nice.
How much do those things cost? Like $2 or $3?
Yeah, about $3,
Yeah.
$2.99. And I used a half a bottle to make all the letters.
Yeah, those samples are the best way to get colors.
Yeah.
Huh? They what?
Sam-
Yeah,
Samples
that would gonna
are the
look really
best
nice
thing,
on
so-
the wall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they worked out real well. Well, that
They
was,
look really good. Really good.
thank you. Now another project I'm working on. Let me see if I can screen share here, because I know I'm going to get this one wrong. Let's see. Screen share.
We
And,
got faith in you, Paul.
yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I got to figure out how to get to. Let's see. I have to highlight the one I want, right?
Yes.
Mm.
Hey, Russ, while Paul's doing that, Aussie sent me over about 4 or 5 pictures of his.
Okay.
Some really
I-
nice stuff, too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got them.
Yeah. Okay, good.
And I've got a couple more comments too, if you want me to fill in the.
All right, what are you trying to do, Paul?
I'm trying to bring up a picture. Can you see that picture?
No, you haven't shared the screen yet.
Well, it might be a picture of him trying to do a picture. So if it is, then
That could be.
we got it.
I don't know how to bring up the picture. Let's see it. Oh, I haven't shared. I got to share.
That's what I said. There you go.
But I got to get to
There we go.
Uh-oh, look out.
Hi, folks.
Let's see here if I can bring up the picture. I'm terrible with this stuff.
Yeah, it'll come.
Can you
Everybody
select
see-
the other screen, Paul?
Huh?
Can you select the other screen? You should be seeing the screen of you and the one of.
I'm trying to bring up a picture here. Well, that isn't working, is it?
Is your pictures in? Okay. Look, go on your taskbar down there.
Yep.
To your far right, you see the little blue square with the camera in it. The next is your picture viewer, that black or the mountains looking thing, and click on that.
Okay.
Double click on it.
I got the picture up.
Well, it's not up here. All right, go up and minimize this screen that we're on right now.
Minimize the screen we're on right now.
Yeah, go to your top of your Google bar, over to your right, and minimize. You know how you hit that? Looks like a minus, and it'll take it down to the bottom. See if that helps.
Yep. Okay.
Nope.
That didn't help. That didn't help at all. That is not good. This is
Just go back to your Google, which is the red, blue, and yellow circle on your taskbar, and click on it, and it'll open Google back up.
Oh, I'm getting them back up here.
Okay, there we go.
And let me bring the other one back up. Okay, now let me go back to square one. And I'll tell you what I want to do, and we'll see if we can do it here. So I want to get rid of that. I want to bring that up. Okay, what I want to do is, I got a picture and I want to share it. Let me go up here and stop share. Okay, now I got a picture and I want to share it.
Okay. Usually, I'll do this much. I'll go ahead. Usually, I go to, I open my Explorer, and I go to where my picture is going to be. Now, this is without anything else other than Zoom open.
Yep.
I'll find the picture that I want to share, and I'll open it up. Okay.
All right, I'm just waiting. Okay, I got the picture opened up.
All right. Now I come back to Zoom.
Yep.
And I hit share.
Yep.
And then
how cool is that?
There you go.
Can you see that?
Yep.
Hey.
Okay. That workbench, my dad got it from a family friend in the early 60s. And it is a Craftsman workbench with a solid, laminated maple top. And the top was made in Michigan Maple Block Company in Petoskey, Michigan.
Wow.
Well, anyway, that table has been sitting back in the corner of my shop, covered in stuff, buried in stuff for the last 20 years. And I thought, why am I working on two sawhorses with a piece of plywood? Exactly. Good work. So I spent 2 days digging it out. Well, it weighs so much I can't move it. So what I had to do is I had to jack it up, and I put it on a mover's dolly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then I moved it over to this area of my shop, jacked it up again, took the mover's dolly out. So there it sits. And I thought, that's not necessarily a good idea, because if I need this other space around it, I'm out of luck. So that leads me to number 2. So let me quit sharing here. Okay. So my latest project to improve that workbench is I bought these.
Yes. I was going to tell you about them, but
Those
you
are
done.
great. Yeah.
Yes, they are.
This bolts onto the leg of the workbench. And then when you lift this up, the wheel comes up. When you push it down, the wheel goes down. Raises about that much. And So 4 of them came in a set. It's the best $38 I ever spent.
$38. Great.
$38 for 4 of them.
Yeah, but those are heavy duty.
They are, yeah, and they got urethane wheels on them with bearings. There's bearings in there.
Yeah, those things will take, I don't remember the exact, I think they're like 250 pounds each.
Well, 550 pounds for the 4 of them.
Well, okay, so it's 120 pounds, 100 something like that, 110 pounds, something. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm in the process of putting these on, and that's what I got going in my shop.
Where'd you get them, Paul?
Huh?
Where did you get them?
I got them on Amazon.
All right, cool.
My favorite store anymore.
And so I'm also doing a video of putting these on. So
cool.
That's why I only
Excellent.
have a couple of them on, because I'm doing a video. But and also, nobody here can say they've never seen my messy shop. I cleaned that one area so I could get that picture.
That's dedication to the show right there.
Really, man.
It is. So yeah, that's my shop, and that's what I've been doing.
Man, we've got a ton of people watching over at Facebook. Tammy LaJoy, Jeremy Crawford, Jason Lumley, Mike Lincoln, Joe Stewart, my wife's sister, Annette Johnson, Nicholas Andrews, Terry Duke, Zachary Capaci, I mess up his name and I know him too. It's my son's friend. Capodici, I believe is how it's pronounced. Anyway, Donald Matthews is out there, Jeff Tanner, Ron Coop, Scott Leach, Robert Size, Hans Meyer, Kathleen Reeser, Lyle Haberstad, Bubba Gillio, Jim Fetters. All these people are watching over on Facebook. Donald Matthews says, I forgot today was Saturday. Where you been, Donald? Been working too hard at Lowe's and it's got your brain fried? Donald's the one I was talking about that does work at Lowe's. So, yeah, and what have I been doing? Cleaning the shop and I made a New Year's resolution for 2 things. And yes, I have been working on the project, and the project that I worked on recently is up on YouTube. And that is, I made my wife I can just show you the Valentine's plaque for, here, I don't want to show this. Oh, I'll go ahead and show my picture. That was the picture I was going to show.
Oops.
That was the picture.
You ought to scroll saw a portrait of
that.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Anyway, let's go over here. Let me get
I'm happy now I'm blind.
Yeah. Get this open. Geez, everything is so slow tonight for some reason.
Laid back Saturday, Russ. You don't know that?
Yeah.
It comes right before President's Day every year.
Must be. All right, so share.
Oops, spilled beer on my keyboard. Not good. It's my emergency toilet paper roll.
Okay, so this is what I actually here, I'll take it to the end. And you got a better picture of it. Oh, there it is. That's what I made for my wife, the Love You 2020. And this is the video of it over on my YouTube channel. Also, for those of you who are out there watching, if you haven't already, I have a newsletter. So if you go to my webpage and sign up for my newsletter, this pattern is all exclusively to those people that are on my newsletter. I may in the future dates release it over on my website, maybe a year from now or some period of time. But for right now, it's exclusively to only those people that are signed up to my newsletter, and they receive that. And I looked at it, and I was like, you know what, that really looks really cool. Now the pattern that I sent out didn't have the 2020. that was something I added because I have gotten to where when I make things for, let me stop sharing here. When I make things for my wife, I've got to where I may make her so much stuff that I've got to where I put the date on it like that, or I'll write the date on it so that she'll know what year it came from, because I've made her so much stuff she kind of forgets what year I made it in. But that's what I worked on in my shop. The other thing was my cooking. I started a cooking show, a cooking channel. Actually, I have a cooking channel on YouTube. So let me go over there real quick and I'll show you that. And my very first video is up over there
Times that flight Monday.
on there.
5
Cooking with Russ. So my first video is up. Cooking with Russ, S01, E01, sauteed pork chops. Chris, you want to mute yourself? That's my first one, the sauteed pork chops. So go over there, and I've got 15 subscribers, people 24 views on this one. So it's a brand new channel. I expect it's not going to be as good as my original channel, Simply Wooden Creations on YouTube. So, but there you have it.
So what's next on the menu for you, Russ?
I'm looking at, my mother used to make a dish that I make, and my wife and I really like it. The kids didn't. Now the kids like the salmon patties, but they didn't like. It's fried salmon patties with tomato and tomato gravy with rice.
Oh yeah, I love those.
Yeah, so
love salmon patties.
Oh yeah, my mom used to make them. But my kids like the salmon patties. They didn't care for the tomato gravies. They take the rice, put butter on it, or they want me to make brown gravy or something. But I love tomato gravy. You use crushed tomatoes to make the tomato gravy out of with bacon. Oh, yeah. So that's my next recipe is going to be salmon patties with rice and tomato gravy.
It's got to be good.
Do requests.
Huh?
Take requests. Have someone's.
I am, but right now I want to go through a few recipes that I like and we do around our house and everything. But yes, I have intentions on taking requests later on down the road. But yeah, and so one of my New Year's resolutions is to this year not only start Cooking with Russ, which I have started it and have the first video up, but also get back into the shop and do some more woodworking videos this year. And so I did that too. I was sitting there. And here's the funny thing about it is I saw that pattern. I said, I'm going to make my wife this for Valentine's Day. She didn't know it. And so I come out here in the shop and I started scrolling. As soon as I sit down at this saw and started scrolling, I went like, what am I doing? Why don't I get the camera and video this? And I could put it up as a video. So if you'll notice in the very beginning of that video, when I start scrolling that project, there's some stuff already cut out. And the reason it's already cut out is because of the videoing it was like a second afterthought. So I ran and got the camera and hooked it up and started scrolling and videoed the thing and put it up. So, but that's another one of my things that I've got going on this year is to actually do more woodworking videos. I'm not going to make promises I'm going to do one a week. I did that one a week thing for a while and I got burnt out on it. And I'm at the point now that I feel very confident about my channel and everything and where it's going. So I'll try to do a couple of months, maybe 3, because you have to realize if I could do 2 woodworking videos and 2 cooking videos, I am doing one a week. I'm back to the same old thing I was doing. So
yeah, but it's different,
It is. It's different. Yeah. And the cooking videos, because it's new, I'm really enjoying those. So, and I did enjoy scrolling that the other day, and it's been so long since I scrolled. When I first sit down and start scrolling, I actually had to take my time because it was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? I'd lost I had to kind of it's like a bicycle. You never forget how to ride it, but you damn sure don't ride it as good. I wouldn't ride it as good today as I did when I was 16. I can guarantee you that.
Well, I never had it, Russ, so I can imagine what you went through.
So, yeah, it took me a little bit after I got, some good, about the first 15, 20 minutes after I got cutting for 15, 20 minutes, then it was like, oh yeah, I'm getting back into it now. So I remember how to do it. So, and so we haven't got. Oh man, we spent almost the whole show talking about us. But if you'd like to, maybe Aussie Man says, made your chops, Russ. Made your chops.
Chops.
Yeah, made your chops, Russ. They tasted crap. Maybe I shouldn't have used woodworking oil. Yeah.
Leave it to us.
I don't think that was good. You should have used olive oil, not woodworking oil.
Yeah, he probably soaked them in mineral oil like a cutting board.
Clearing your shop and Aussie keeps on posting. Every time I post a video over on YouTube, he's like, "What? No singing? I don't sing on my videos. I only sing on the live streams. I'm not singing on every dead burn video I produce." He wanted me to. He came up with one when the sun comes a peeping in. I'm out in my kitchen with the herbs and spices and everything, ho ho or something like that. I mean, I'm like, yeah, I don't sing on my videos. What I do post, I sing on the live streams. So.
Russ Clary, the singing chef.
Yeah.
He wrote the music for you and everything, Russ. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm. What are y'all doing out there in y'all shop since y'all are out there? I think Claus said something about when he was back there.
He had spoken about what he used to make it.
He says, oh, here he goes. My end goal is to have a 90 to 100% printable dual drive feeder with up to 4 pairs and the option to torque it down. Doesn't work if it keeps jamming though, LOL. Okay. I have no, you're talking about a 3D printer?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Okay. Dual drive?
So, Al, did he want to put like 4 colors in this thing or?
Well, he said dual, so each one has 2, and I'm not really certain. I'm not really certain. If
okay. All right. Sorry.
I'm assuming that each one has two nozzles on it, but I don't know, guys. He just sent it, and I started printing it, and I don't even think I've printed it well.
He's him and I woodworking said I just finished a toy box and I Mod Podged the fabric on the inside. That's interesting. Did you do a video of it? Because I would like to see that, how that turned out with the Mod Podge.
Russ, you said you got those pictures from Aussie?
Yes. Let me go ahead and share them.
Yeah, so let's see what Ozzy's up to. We're back to share screen.
Yep, we're back to share screen. This is the first one he sent me.
Oh, is that cool?
Yeah.
Neat.
I think he's just screwing around with that.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's a bolt, not a screw.
Oh, okay.
A bolt with a nut.
And a
He's just bolting. He's just bolting around then.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a washer on it though. That's high tech.
Yep, that is.
That's cool.
And then he's got another. There you go.
So he's making these out of metal on a lathe. Is that what he's doing?
That's wood.
That's wood, I
Oh,
think.
That's wood.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's not metal. That's wood.
I thought it was metal.
Mm-mm.
You know, I got a little bit of a red sheen to it. I thought it was like a rusted.
Yeah,
metal.
now you can see the grain in the wood in this picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice.
I'd love to be able, I gotta learn how to do that. That's pretty cool.
What
Yeah,
type
it
of
is.
wood is that, I wondered?
Aussie, what type of wood is that? Oh, then he did the scroll. The was that a dragon? Looks like.
Yeah. That's on a cross cut of wood there.
Yeah.
It says gum tree, burl,
Yeah, burl. Wow.
gum tree.
They milled a gum tree burl. Beautiful.
I'm getting an Aussie Man on camera somewhere here.
Yeah.
That's like that clock.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yes, I like it too.
Sweet work.
Do clocks go backwards in Australia?
No, but the 12 is on the bottom.
Those are the pictures that Aussie Man sent me.
Paul, they go the same way. They go clockwise, but you have to hang them upside down.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm
Zoom
glad
in.
you
Gotta
didn't
set
do
it a
that.
day ahead. His is set for Sunday right now.
Right.
Hey, Jim, is that a T-33 in your background?
36. It's the only fighter jet Cessna ever built. And I got to flying it once when I was in the Air Force. So that's what I got the picture.
I swear that looks like a T-37 trainer.
A 37's a trainer, but it's that real skinny thing
Yeah,
that they fly for NASA. Yeah, this one's, you sit side by side in it. And we had them at Grissom Air Force Base up until we got our A-10s.
Yeah, I love the Warthog.
Oh, my son works on Warthogs, and it's the most awesome plane in the world.
Yeah, I always want to build one of them.
This
All right.
clock has got rubies
Time
on
out.
it.
Uh-oh, we're going off on a tangent here, sorry.
Yeah, time out just for a second. Aussie Man said, zoom in and see the Dragon Fighter. So I guess, is this the one he's talking about?
Hope
Yeah,
so,
I think so.
since you're going to zoom in on it.
Well, I mean, that looks like a dragon in the clock and a dragon. So I don't see a Dragon Fighter. Maybe it's on the other one.
No, it must be the clock.
No, the
No.
dragon fighter on the
There he is,
cliff
right here.
Yeah.
There he is over here with the sword.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Zoomage.
Yep. There he is over there with the sword.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
That's some
cool.
tight work.
That's cool looking.
Yeah. Yep. Cool.
Yeah, when it's panned back, you don't see it, but yeah, just gonna zoom in. That's great.
That dragon fighter must be dragon-born.
Yep. All right. So just thought I just wanted to clarify that because he said zoom in, and I said, okay, I'll go back and zoom in for you so you can see that.
Yeah,
All right, guys. Leonard Davis said Lynn's handcrafting wood signs, two-sided outdoor sign, hand routed. So Leonard said, so in other words, he made a sign that said Lynn's handcrafted wood signs, two-sided outdoor sign, hand routed, routing tomorrow if it's warm enough. Fourth, Quabbin Wedding Expo next month, lots of stuff. So he's working on stuff for a customer, and he's setting up for a expo. That's what Leonard's doing.
North Quabbin, it's in Massachusetts.
Anybody else got anything they're working on that wants to post real quick before we leave? We got a few more minutes. It's 9:04. Jim made a gear for a buddy that rebuilt his old fans.
Oh, yeah. Let me see. Chris's buddy, Claus, we were talking about that filament feeder, and then he was talking about how hard it is to get the gears to mesh right. And with gears, it's kind of a thing where you've got to play with them until you get them to work right, and then just save the file for a 3D print.
Brenda G says, I'm making a sticker board out of a light fixture casing. Okay.
You know, my favorite sticker board out of anybody in the community here is Steve Carmichael's.
Yeah.
I think that is so, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that the most. If I ever made one of those, I'm going to steal that idea and do that.
They've got another one I saw. His is his round. There's one I saw that
It's
had
got like flaps on it.
flaps. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not round. It's actually got flaps. Yeah,
Yes.
and as it turns, you can see each flap. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've seen that. That is pretty good. John Cousins is out there in the in Facebook, and he was talking to Matthew. And Donald Matthews, he said it's hard work or not being any help. Okay, so they're all out there in the chat. Brian Warner is out there. Rick Ryder, Jeff Tanner, Raymond Chatless. Jeff Tanner is a good friend of mine, and Mr. Raymond Chatless, when I worked for the fire department, he was the director of EMS, Emergency Medical Services, which was the ambulances and the paramedics and the EMTs. And for a long time, you had the fire department and you had EMS. There were two separate entities. And they finally, the commissioners approved it years ago, and they finally merged the two, so they're all one now. And they cross-train a lot of the EMS people and the firefighters, and they cross-train the firefighters over to EMS. So, which I think worked out better. It actually doubled our size as far as the fire department size, and it gave them a lot more help also. But I retired before that actually came into happen. That happened after I had retired, but it's pretty cool. They call the ambulances now trucks. Are you going to ride the truck today? I'm like, okay. So we could ride. I mean, the fire department, we rode in the ambulances, like when they had a person would have, it would be a code. We would do, one of the firefighters would jump in the back of the ambulance and help perform CPR on the way to the hospital. So, and some of us were on the fire department were paramedics also. But the problem with that is the way it was set up. In order for a paramedic to be able to perform his duties and the way it's set up in a fire department, they have to have a medical director, and a medical director needs to be a doctor as a medical director, and he sets up all the protocols and blah, blah, blah. That's a big, long thing to do. But anyway, so the fire department didn't have a medical director. And since the EMS was one entity and the fire department was the other, we couldn't do that. So, but now they're all one big happy family. And I think it's better for the citizens, and it also works out better for everybody else. So that's just my opinion. Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one and everybody stinks.
You say so.
Yep. That's the way I feel about that. I always like people are like, oh, that's not the way we did it, and I'm like, or my opinion, that's just my opinion. My little opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one and everybody stinks.
At work, we have a saying, and they even came out with a button. The button says, but we always did it that way, and with a through it,
Yeah.
And that's so true.
Well, I know Paul's from Michigan, but one of the big, and so it's, well, I have several Yankees in here, but
Hey.
Sorry.
No, it was funny because you would have the older listeners, the snowbirds come down, and they come visit our fire station sometimes, and some of them would come down and actually, but anyway, and they would always go on like, well, that ain't the way we do it up north, and I'm like, well, go the hell back up north, do it up there the way you want to do it, like. We do it different down here. We don't have it. Don't get below zero down here in Florida, so we don't have to worry about the pumps freezing. And
yeah, we don't winterize anything.
Yeah. One time, and I say this when I was first started working for the fire department, I was probably 20 years old, but maybe it was closer to 18 or 19. But we had a few years. Actually, it snowed in here in Florida when I was like 17 or 18 years old. But we had a few years when we had some really cold winters where it would get down below freezing. Well, the fire trucks are in the building, so they wouldn't freeze. The pumps wouldn't freeze. We didn't have to worry about that because there was enough heat left over from the building, and then everything was fine. That wasn't the problem. We'd jump out at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when it was below freezing and drive to the scene. Just that drive would freeze the water in the pumps. We got to one scene one day, and we couldn't get any pump wouldn't work. It was frozen. Yeah.
Start tipping the water out and throwing ice cubes at it.
Yeah. So it's like, but it wasn't, like I said, it was fine inside the building. It was the drive to the scene and that temperature that caused it to freeze. So that's when we learned for several, which we don't do it anymore, but there for a period of time for several years, we were draining our pumps at night just to make sure that didn't happen again because, like I said, we went for a period of...
I'm picturing Florida firefighters showing up in a Hawaiian shirt and flip-flops,
Trust me, you could a lot of times.
See, up here, the criminals will come up here with a crowbar, and they'll try to break into something, and then the crowbar snaps from the cold, and they say, we're out of here. Go back down south.
No,
Yep.
no lie. We've had incidents where fire crews are on the scene in the city, and while they're fighting the fire, there's someone on the other side of the truck stealing their shit.
Yeah.
So
Well, sometimes when they can't shut a line when they're fighting some of these fires in that cold weather, they can't shut a line down. If they do, it'll freeze.
Yep.
So they have to keep the water moving, and the pump will freeze. So they have to keep the water moving until it's finally all over. The fire's out. They got to keep water moving, and so.
Yeah.
And I've heard of them having to wait and go back and take chainsaws to cut the ice to get the hoses out of the ice to get them back. And they would have to get flatbeds. I had a guy tell me that they'd have to get flatbeds. Semis flatbeds they would pull up, and so that they could lift the hose up and set it on the flatbed, all one length, like 50 foot long, and take them back and thaw them out so they could use the hose. So I wouldn't want to live in that crap. I'd rather have my heat any day of the week.
Yeah, we would too.
If I can get too hot, I can turn the nozzle on myself and cool off.
it's just the years, not the mileage.
Yep.
See, I don't know about you guys. Our stations have the towers where they hang the hoses and
Yeah.
they warm the tower to thaw it out.
Yeah.
That way the hoses thaw out.
Yeah.
So,
It's called a hose tower.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got blocks, and they actually have fittings, and they screw the hose onto it, and then it can either be the older hose towers. You had to block and tackle it up, pull it up to the top of the tower, and then they had to have warm air and fans that would blow into the tower that would not only thaw it out but dry the hose. Because in the olden days they didn't have they had cotton hose, and they didn't have the polyester type hose that we have nowadays. So the cotton hose needed to be dried out before it was put back on the truck. Otherwise it would mold and mildew, and then it would actually break down the cotton fibers, which would cause the hose to burst.
Yep.
So they had to make sure it was good and dry before they got it back on the truck. Nowadays, they've got the polyester type hoses, and it doesn't affect them. They might mold or mildew, but it doesn't affect them as far as hurt it.
Yeah, out here years ago on the farm, you didn't dare open up a valve without a pail of hot water with you, because you couldn't get it closed after you open it
Yeah.
on the farm.
Yep. Okay, guys, we're going to call it a night. Thank you all for being out there in the chat. T-Mac, Claus, Dan, Ingy, Aussie Man, Leonard, Davis, thank y'all all for being out there in the chat. I appreciate it so very much. A bunch of y'all been out there. And then thank y'all for all being over there on Facebook also. Donald Matthews. Donald says, got to go, fellas. We're going too, Donald. And we've had like 40 people over there on Facebook watching us. So along with all the people
I just discovered Leonard Davis and I are far from each other.
Oh, really?
So we're
Along
trying
with
to
all
get
those.
a prank together.
But yeah, Steve Carmichael, I think, was out there early. Yeah, Steve Carmichael. He even said when we were talking about his sticker thing, he said, yeah, it's the most efficient use of space, 3 square foot of space per board.
He's got 12 boards.
And he's got 12 boards.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. So it's 36 square feet. I might have to build me one, Steve. I might have to look at your video. I think he has a video out on that. Yeah, I'll have to watch that and see how you build it and build me one. But that would look cool behind me with it turning around. So I used to have a sticker board up over here, but I got so many stickers that got filled up, and I was like, I don't have enough room to have a big sticker board. So that would actually be a good, but the problem with it is I'm going to have to tell it, I'll have to hold the sticker board up and say, all y'all that sent me stickers, send seconds because I got a new sticker board.
I think people will do it though,
Yeah. All right, guys, we're fixing to go. Yeah, it's like 9:15, so we're fixing to head out of here. Thank you, Steve. All y'all, Kim McCrory, Leonard Davis, Steve Carmichael, all y'all for being out there. Aussie Man, Michelle Marcoux, for all y'all being out there in the chat. I appreciate T-Mac. I just stumbled across his name again. Thank you for everybody being out there. Okay, he says, yes, I started with 4 boards, just had to cut new hubs and add more boards. Cool. Pretty cool. Yep, we're headed out. Thank you for watching. Next week, I do have someone. I looked at the calendar wrong, and I posted this morning he was going to be on there, and he caught me on or PM'd me and said, I thought it was the 22nd. I went back and looked at the calendar and I'm like, dang it. I was thinking today was the 22nd and it's only the 15th. I don't know what I was thinking. You know how I am. Anyway, so yeah, so I messed up. So but the dad cave will be on next week. So I hope to have a good time with him, and he'll talk. We'll be interviewing him and talking to him. So other than that, we're cutting out of here. Just remember, if you're too darn busy to get out in your shop and make some sawdust, you're just too darn busy. Just give me sawdust, lots of sawdust, all around me and everywhere. I like it flying all around my shop and even in my beard and hair. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching, and God bless.
Good night, everyone.
Boys and girls. And remember, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yes, you don't have to go, but you can't stay here. I forgot to get over there onto Restream and switch everything off. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.